My dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are well at home, though a long days had been passed that we didn't see you. But I hope the day is not so far when we will meet together in our school ground. My dear student, I am Aminur Rahman, Senior Teacher of English Version, Sector 4 Branch, Milestone School and College, Uttara Dhaka. Today, I will discuss with you, the revision class is ongoing. Such an important chapter of Bangladesh and Global Studies, class 8. This chapter is very important to know for every citizen. I hope everybody will enjoy this class. So let's go to our today's class. My dear student, welcome. Let's enjoy our today's class. Welcome to all of you to our today's class, class 8, chapter 7, Bangladesh, State and Government System. State is a political organization and government is one of the most important elements of it. I told you earlier this chapter is very much important for knowing every citizen. In this lecture we will know about the government system, about the 4 fundamental state policy of our country, and the characteristics of the economic constitution and different function of our local government, etc. My dear, in lesson 1, it's types of government. 4 fundamental elements of a state. Among the 4 fundamental elements of a state, the first one is the people, and second one is the territory, government, and sovereignty. Among the combination of these 4 elements, the state formed. That means government is one of the most important elements of state. If we compare the government with the human body, then for human body, the head, the brain has been taken all decision. That means government take all the decision of the state. If you compare the government with if you compare state with the vehicles, if you compare the state with the vehicles, then government will be the engine of it. That means without engine, the vehicles can run. Without government, the state can't run. My dear, here look, government is the essential element of all the state. It is not only Bangladesh, all the state. At present, the government has been classified into the following chart. Now, look at the chart. Here's the government. My dear, first, government has been classified into 2 parts. One is democracy and another one is dictatorship. Democracy is a type of government where it's rules of people, where it's considered the people is the all source of power. And dictatorship is a rules of one person or one political party. Here, the people's opinion are not violent or are not evaluated. My dear, and then democracy also divided into 2 parts. One is the constitutional monarch and another one is republic. So what is constitutional monarch? My dear, what is constitutional monarch? It's a constitutional monarch is on basis of power of the head of the state. I told you again, on basis of the power of the head of the state, this types of democratic government can be divided two parts. One is the constitutional monarch, another one is republic. Constitutional monarch, that means such types of government where head of the state selected by the heredity. And republic is a form of government where people cast their vote and through the election their nominated representative have been elected. And constitutional monarchs also divided into two parts. One is the federal government and the unitary government. My dear, federal government, that means is the government of United States. That means the states became united. Here, the power had been distributed between the central government and the state government. But unitary government, such types of government, where was the power vested with the central government. My dear, here republic also divided into two parts. Number one is parliamentary form of government, another one is the presidential form of government. Parliamentary form of government, such types of government where the head of the state by honor is president. Head of the state. Yes, parliamentary form of government is such types of government where head of the state by honor is president, but head of the state government by power is prime minister. And presidential form of government, such types of government where head of the power and head of the honor both belongs to the president. Parliamentary form of government also divided into two parts. Unitary form of government and another one is the federal government. I told you earlier about unitary government and federal government. Federal government is a type of government where the power is divided between the central government and state government. But unitary government, all the power has been vested with the central government. Okay, my dear. Now, lesson 2 is the types of government of Bangladesh. What kind of government are existing in our country? Now, look it there. Bangladesh is a democratic country. Republic form of government is present there. The people are the owner of all power there. The state has no province. The administration is run from the center of parliament, from government existing there. In a cabinet form of government, a constitutional head runs the government. Prime Minister became head of the government, and President became head of the state. My dear, Republic government is the name of the peoples of Bangladesh, and parliamentary system cabinet a form of government there. It's democratic state and unitary state. My dear, again, look, it's a democratic state and it's unitary state. That means all the power is the hand of the central government. My dear, now lesson 3, fundamental state policy of Bangladesh. You know, according to the original constitution of 1972, there are 4 fundamental state policy. Number 1 is the nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism is a unique bond among the nation with the same language, literature and culture. My dear, second fundamental state policy of Bangladesh, socialism. Socialism, that means to bring an equitable distribution in the economic sector and the ensure the administrative facilities for all, law is equal for all. Then, my dear, democracy. You know, democracy, the main purpose of making democracy as a fundamental state is to ensure the people's participation in all activities. The fundamental human rights and freedom of the people will be ensured through this. It will be established the privilege of the people. And another one is secularism. Secularism has been introduced in the state policy so that every citizen can perform their religious activities without facing any kinds of hindrance. My dear, now the fundamental state policy of Bangladesh, nationalism, socialism, and democracy, and secularism. That in a brief, I told you about this. My dear, now lesson 4: the main characteristics of Bangladesh Constitution. You know, Constitution, that means Constitution is a basic document of a state to run. With this document, the state is run. Before that, let's know some basic information about Bangladeshi Constitution. Our independence is declared in 1972, 26 March. My dear, then after the struggle of 9 months, then we achieved our victory on 16th December 1971. Then the first session of Gana Parishad was held on 10th April 1972. My dear, a Constitution Formation Committee was from that time on 1972. After that, the Constitution Formation Committee formed on 1972 on 10th December, and President of that Constitution Formation Committee was Dr. Kamal Hussain. And this Constitution Formation Committee has been made a draft constitution by 6 months, and they arranged, this is another information for you, they set 71 meeting for make the number rememberable. And another one is that Constitution Formation Committee's total member was 34. My dear, then this Constitution Formation Committee presented the Constitution to the Gana Parishad on 30th October 1972. Then finally the Constitution was approved 4th November 1972. My dear, now let's see the main characteristics of Bangladesh Constitution. People's Republic of Bangladesh. People's Republic of Bangladesh. Bangladesh will be known as the independent and sovereign republic. Number 2, parliamentary form of government. Cabinet or parliamentary system of government will be in action in Bangladesh. The real power of government will be vested in the hand of the Prime Minister. My dear, number 3 is written constitution. Written constitution, my dear, written constitution, Bangladesh Constitution is written constitution. In this constitution, it's divided into 11 parts. There are 153 articles, and there is also a preamble in this constitution. Number 4, fundamental principle of the state policy. In this constitution, there are 4 fundamental state policy. They are nationalism, socialism, democracy, and secularism. And number 5, number characteristics, state religion. My dear, state religion, this constitution has been declared Islam as a state religion. At the same time, it also ensured the rights and the right to perform all other religious people to their religious activity. And number 6 is nation and nationality. As a nation, identity of the people of Bangladesh will be known Bengali. Without the ethnic people, and the identity of the citizen of this Bangladesh will be Bangladeshi. Unitary government. My dear, unitary form of government will be introduced in this country. Then unicameral legislature. In this constitution, there has been provision of a single chamber in the parliament. The parliament will be formed with the 300 members who will be elected by the direct election, and 50 will be the reserved seat for Oman. They will be elected with the 300 parliamentary members. Then fundamental rights. Fundamental rights of the citizen and their prevention had been introduced in this constitution. My dear, then look for the next one. Then the sovereignty of the people. Sovereignty of the people, according to this constitution, all the power, my dear, has been handed with the people side. And 11, independence of the judiciary. My dear, independence of judiciary has been granted in this constitution. Then universal adult franchise. Without any discrimination of nation, religion and color, it is declared this in constitution that those who are 18 above, they will exercise their voting power. Election procedure. If the parliament either break or abolished, fresh election must have to be taken within 90 days. Then amendment of the constitution. My dear, Bangladeshi constitution is not Bible. It may be changed with the some procedure. It also mentioned in our constitution with the vote of 2/3 majority, the total number of the parliament may change our constitution. Now lesson 5, a different organ and the function of the government of Bangladesh. To perform, my dear, and the function of the state, the government has 3 organs: legislature, executive, judiciary, and look for the next one is legislative. Legislative. What can you see here? This is the picture of our parliament house. The parliament is called Jatiyo Sangsad Bhavan. Legislature is a legislative of Bangladesh unicameral. Its name is Jatiyo Sangsad. There is a 300 constituency. 300 constituency will be elected through the people's direct vote, and then 50 reserved seat also is there for the Oman. With this 350 members, this legislative body will run for 5 years. What is the duty of this legislative? Duty to make the new law, amendment the law, and correction the law, edit the law, and there is one deputy speaker in the parliament. The responsibility of the speaker is to conduct the activities relating to the session of the parliament. Deputy speaker assists him in this regard, and the legislative or the Jatiyo Sangsad enacts and amends the general law. My dear, the next one is executive. Executive is another organ of the Bangladesh government. This is the picture. This picture is the picture of secretariat. It's situated in Segun Bagicha. Secretariat is called the executive. In Here, the president to the village guard or chowkidar, all are the part of all the government employee, those who are engaged with with the responsibility of applying the law. They are the part of this executive. The next one, my dear, is judiciary. This is the picture of our highest court, Supreme Court. This organ, which administrative importance is a judgment according to the law of constitution, is called the judiciary. The judiciary consists of the judges of all courts of Bangladesh. It's the highest court of Bangladesh, Supreme Court, but including all the judges of all the courts in this department. Supreme Court has been two divisions, Appeal Division and the High Court Division. The President also appointed the judges, Chief Justice, and to the two divisions. The judiciary administration and justice according to the exercise of law of the country. It makes evil life simple and beautiful and establish the fair justice for everyone. This department is working. My dear, now lesson 6, structure and the function of the local government. My dear, look, local government, to run the state properly, central government has formed local government. Local government is to look over, to observe, to look after the locally. This government is formed, and the category of this government has been divided into two parts: village area and the urban area. Village area, in village area, you may find Union Parishad, Upazila Parishad, District Council. And the urban area, you may find another two types of government. One is the Paura Sabha, another one is the City Corporation. Now in details, let's know about the function of the local government. My dear, local government, first one is Union Parishad. Second one is Upazila Parishad and District Council, then the Paura Sabha, then the City Corporation. My dear, this function of this local government. Now let's know. Firstly, function of Union Parishad. Union Parishad, look here. Union Parishad is liable to look after the whole area of union, and whatever is there happening, tax and revenue collection is duty, and most of the important task of Union Parishad. Information broadcast. Union Parishad is representative of the government, central government. All kinds of information has been broadcast by this. Peacekeeping, maintaining peace, harmony in the Union Parishad. The chairman, in function of this, is also another function of Union Parishad. Education, family planning, public welfare, public health, development activities is also another function of Union Parishad. Now, the function of Upazila Parishad. My dear, Upazila Parishad in our country, Upazila Parishad it's a combination of some Union Parishad. Upazila chairman, vice chairman, one woman vice chairman. Union Parishad under all the union of under this Upazila are the members of Union Upazila Parishad. Then function of the district council. We have 64 districts, but district council are there 61 districts, and the 3 districts is one. They run their own way. There's the hilly districts. They had a hilly district council. That means we have 61 district councils, and each and every district council formed with the 20 members and 5 female members, the chairman and all other the members of the district council. Then another one is, my dear, another one is the Paura Sabha. Function of Paura Sabha. Paura Sabha is a local government in urban area, there is a 327 Paura Sabha in our country. Paura Sabha, chief of Paura Sabha is mayor. And the city corporation, to the city corporation, we have chief of city corporation is called mayor, and every ward there is a councillor or the commissioner. Okay, go for the next one is the lesson 7, good governance. My dear, good governance and the administrative system. Look, good governance, it works under the jurisdiction with the honesty and sincerity, where different organizations are responsible for their jobs. It's very important one. Transparency and accountability in this accession of the different function. Transparency and accountability. This one is very much important one for the good governance. To establish the rule of law are the factors of this good governance. Establish the rule of law and democracy. My dear, this is the most important thing that we have known about the good governance, and the government has taken steps to establish the good governance in our country. So we have to cooperate with the government for fulfilling his report. We have to also work for that. We have to We have to build ourselves as a upholders and bearers of the establishment of good governance. We have to make ourselves responsible to build Bangladesh as a prosperous and corruption-free country in the canvas of the world. My dear, now this is the time for homework. Before time of homework, I told you again, if any confusion or any question arises you, then you may knock to me as well as you may knock to your subject teacher. I think they will help you. And another thing, I will give you, I am now in this lecture, I am giving you some most important question. That important question, this is a knowledge-based and application-based question. This question may help you for the next exam. My dear, as a revision class, so I not giving you the writing class related question. I told you again this application-based and knowledge-based question. I think this one will be help you for the next exam. Which one is the essential element of all the state? Can you guess? Again, which one is an essential element of all the state? Who can tell? Okay, stop it. Next, describe the form of the government on basis of distribution of power. Describe the form of the government on basis of distribution of the power. Distribution of the power, can you guess? Is the unitary form of government and the federal form of government. Okay, then question number 3. How many forms of government can be divided into? Can you guess? It's 2 forms. Okay. Then describe the structure of the executive of Bangladesh. It's application-based question. Okay, for 2 marks. Who was the president of the Constitution Formation Committee? In my lecture, I told you who. Can you guess, my boys and girls? Okay, it's Dr. Kamal Hussain. The next, describe the idea of the local government. It's a 2 marks question, application based. You will learn it by your own. On which date the first session of Ganaparishad held? My dear, on that day, the Mujibnagar government also held. Can you guess the date? 10th April 1972. Okay. Explain the government in the basic controlling power of the state. Then how many divisions are there in Supreme Court? How many divisions? It's 2. Okay. What is meant by secularism? Then what is called the chief representative of the city corporation. Describe the tasks of the local government in urban areas. And a more related question for you: in which democratic form of government is the head of the state by heredity? Constitutional monarch. Okay, my dear. Then describe the structure of the local government in in the village area of Bangladesh. Where is the legislature of Bangladesh situated? Describe the information related to the formation constitution of Bangladesh. How many times the constitution of Bangladesh has been amendment or changed? What is the sovereignty of the people? Then when is the 15th amendment of a constitution meant? Give an example to prove that Bangladesh is a democratic state. How many members are there in district council? Mention the formation of the Upazila Parishad. Who is responsible to conduct all activities relating to the session of the parliament? The last question for you: why is the local government formed? My dear, I hope we learned many things from that, and really thanks all of you